Welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, and I'm going to do a general message for Virgo, know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play those karmic themes, help you understand why a person's doing what they're doing, why you would attract a person like this into your life. A person that you may be attracted to may feel like home, but they don't act like what you want home to be. You know, a person that continually triggers you, right? So we want to know what we have to do to change the dynamic of the relationship, since there's many different realities that play out at one time. So you're the alchemist of your life. So again, I do look at everything, like what your person did do, what they're going to do, but they're healing style readings, and you have the power to change whatever is going on in your situation. So understand that the readings have a therapy style to them. I'd like to dive deep. We look at, again, everything, the spiritual blocks, shadows, see how they play those karmic themes to help you understand everything. All right. Anything of any importance or relevance to the channel you can find in the description box. I hope that I wasn't too redundant, but I always like to, you know, let people know. So I'd be like, what the hell is this? And it's just a different approach to the reading. And the reason why is because the answer is never yes or no. That's the problem. Unless the person's completely toxic, like then it should be a no. But that doesn't mean that you don't have feelings. And understanding why you have feelings for someone that's toxic, there's a spiritual lesson there. And because again, you don't want to stay bound to a person that can't love you, that again, that can't emotionally show up for you. Understanding, like again, why certain people come into our lives and why certain experiences unfold within our lives helps us see where we need healing, where we need to grow, where we have grown. So learning to read and psychically connect to what's going on in your environment really does help you transform. And so the readings are shadow readings. So the underlying energy is intuition. I feel like at one time it was so easy for you and this person to connect. ESP through the heart and mind. This is a past life soul connection. But for whatever reason, I just kind of feel like this person's trying to intuitively feel, where are you? What's going on in your life? And they can't feel you at all. And that's because they're so emotional. Where normally they which is actually a good thing that I'm feeling. And you know why I'm feeling it? Because this person's finally scared. They're finally getting the message. Like, I'm not playing around here. Like you thought that this was an argument. This is not an argument. It's over. It's over. I walked away from you a long time ago. So this person's like, I don't know whether you're mad. See, this person is very a cocky person, and they're like, is this a strategy to get me to do something? Or are you really mad? And it's almost like they have this weird connection where they don't want you to disconnect, but I don't really feel them wanting to give anything either. So let's see what this person is all about. We're going to look first at what it was like to be in a connection with this person. What was it like to deal with them? Well, you just felt like this person creates a lot of illusions, like they pretend who they are. Again, they might say that they're very busy. I feel like very busy, someone that's very important, someone that just has their life together. They wanted to say that they wanted a serious relationship, but they don't really want a serious relationship. And so again, the illusions, which is why they can't, follow your boundaries, and boundaries are just the way that you want it to be treated. So I feel like this person would be like, I'm working all the time. I have a lot of other things going on in my life. I'm someone that's important. So I don't really have the time to nurture this connection. However, I want to be with you. So it's like you had boundaries of the type of relationship that you wanted, which is someone that was going to emotionally show up for you, someone that was going to be dependable. This person like lied about why they couldn't be there. They're trying to again blur the lines. So I do feel like there were things that happened in this person's life, but I do feel like again that you guys got into an argument, and then what happened is that you didn't soothe them, you didn't fix it, you didn't make them, you didn't apologize. And so when this person gets angry and irritated, they start an argument. So like you again soothe them. So that's not what happened here. It's like you said something because you got tired of the abuse, and I feel like the abuse had to do with them just wanting to dominate like the connection. And the reason why is because they didn't really want to be monogamous. They wanted to still cheat. So they again lied, and they tried to again, you know, like make you submit to them when meanwhile they're doing drugs, they're cheating, they're fooling around, they're doing everything that they want to do, but it's almost like again they didn't want you to have a life. So it's almost like you were supposed to soothe them and make them comfortable, and since you didn't, this person then ran around with other people. That's like, or they never really wanted a serious relationship. It's either one or the other. So let's look and see what this person really feels right now. Let's see what they really, let's see, like again, where they're at. Um, I really do love you, but the timing isn't right. I still miss you and think about you often. So this is where they are right now. So I'm sad it's over and I wish it could be different. So I think that this person, why did they do what they do? It's like it's almost like they wanted to have their cake and eat it too, is what it looks like, because they know that they ruined the relationship. I can't change who I am to be who you need. So that this person pretty much um I think they just they have feelings for you, but they just weren't going to like stop cheating. This is who they are. It's like they're someone that's extremely codependent. They're extremely one-sided. It's either my way or the highway. They want, and I feel like they try to get what they want shady, shady, through lying, through creating illusions, through pretending to be someone that they're not. And the whole reason why, like again, why is I just feel like this person like had feelings for you. I'm like, if we look a little bit more, like again, it's like, well, is there, I feel like this person has to heal their inner child. That's really what it is. And like again, inner child needs healing. So it's like this person, like, and that here it is, you and this person have a past life connection. So I believe that past life connection is so strong, and that again, they do have feelings, but they don't want to like change who they are, is what it's saying. So, I feel like this person could have been a twin flame, but being that they didn't step it up, though I do know that this person will always think about you. Like I said, it's like see what they did. They felt like the timing wasn't right. They felt like, you know, they miss you still. It's again, so there's this still this connection, but to be a twin flame, you have to step it up, and into like you have to change, and this person's not willing to change. They're like, I'm not going to change who I am to be with you. because I'm comfortable staying in a low vibration. So I believe that it's obviously a karmic mate, but that karmic mate is so strong, it really felt like a twin flame. Though this person had the opportunity to be a twin flame, they're actually choosing not to because they don't want to learn. That's why it says expand your concept of what a twin flame is. It's more than a romance. It's a deep soul activation to heal in order to embody love and light. So this person's in a low vibration. They don't want to change. They want to cheat. They want to do substances. They don't want to be present. They don't want to be interactive, though they want you still. But that would leave you being like a mother, like, or like, a fixer, somebody that's codependent. You wouldn't get, this person would not emotionally show up for you. They wouldn't be able to show up for you. So the whole thing is that this person, like, is too afraid to go into this energy of love, really. And so they're staying low, but they were supposed to. And again, because again, every lifetime, this person has an opportunity to step it up into twin flame. And I feel like the chemistry of this connection was strong. There was a very strong soul connection. The problem is that this person, like again, we see the addiction card again. It's like they check out. They check out. They, they're not they have clouded vision of what it really takes to be in a relationship because they're always wasted doing drugs, or so the thing is, this person, like, doesn't see everything. They're more focused on the relationship. And so then what happens is a relationship that's just built on this is just lust. It's not, it's shallow. They don't have anything to offer because what is this person doing in their spare time? They're doing drugs and they're cheating. And you would be part of that. You're like, oh no, you read between the lines. It's this person's wishful thinking that you would actually stick around. But you see there again that they wear a mask. They're not really who they say that they are, again, with all the illusions that they create, and that they have love blocks. So they're always going to be wild at heart. They're never really going to be in a connection like the kind that you need for yourself. It's not that this person doesn't love. They do love you. They love you the way that they know how to love. And it's a very unfair love, but they need to do the healing. And that's why, as long as they don't do the healing, they can't, they'll always do this. It's like this person still has so much growing to do. They dive in and out of relationships to make themselves feel more important. They pretend to be someone that they're not. However, you are always on their mind. But this is what it is. It's like this person doesn't want to do the work. And there's nothing that you can do for that. It's like just having a connection that's a past life connection, and such a strong connection isn't enough for you to give up your life. Because that's what it would be with being with a person that, this is the way that they handle life. It's like they dive in and out of relationships as soon as it gets difficult, as soon as it gets hard. They cheat, and they again have addictions, so they check out. They don't want to change who they are to be with you. They can't. They don't want to. And so again, they refuse to do the healing. So this person probably won't have very long to live if that's the way that they're gonna live. Okay, so we see, why did you connect this person to your life? Again, card number one, trauma. Card number two, belittled. God, these are bad cards. Unworthy. Well, there you go. That's why. Neglect. Oh God, these cards couldn't get any worse. Okay, optimism. One, two, three, four, five, and one more. And resilient. Well, you would have to be resilient with these cards. Well, again, this is why. This person wanted you to settle for less. And really, I feel like the neglect is what this person did, try to make you feel as if you were not important. And it again it triggered a trauma response. And then this person, like, because you stood up for yourself, it's almost like you got punished more and belittled. But this is like what it was when you were growing up, the trauma response of being neglected, feeling unworthy, not good enough, maybe being ignored and by bullied from a parent, but understand the resilience that you have. So, people gaslighting you, pushing you down, trying to like make you settle for less than what you deserve, you know, like really does show resilience that you are always optimistic. Like, really, that's a gift to be optimistic in like the face of adversity, right? And so I feel like this person like awoken all your trauma. No, we get neglected from our parents for many reasons, but when I see unworthy and I see belittled, well, then I know that there was emotional abuse. And to be bullied by a parent, obviously makes you feel not loved when you're growing up in an environment where you're belittled and you're told that there's something wrong with you, you know, like why can't you be like so and so? Or, you failed that test, what's the matter with you? Or why do I always have to tell you? And anything that you do isn't right, or any slower you be going backwards, or whatever, whatever the mean statements were that were being told to you because a parent was angry. They neglected you, made you feel unworthy, made you feel not good enough. But again, you showed great adversity by being, optimistic and showing your resilience where it didn't matter, what was done to you, who said what to you, you know, who tried to gaslight you, it didn't matter. It's that, but because you learned at a very young age to emotionally give to yourself because no one gave to you, and also that you had a very strong connection to God. So that's what happened because when you're belittled and made to feel again that type of trauma, well, the child that survives thrives. So understand this person thought that they were gonna, treat you the same way that you were treated, and really the irony is that there was unconditional love here. You did love this person, just kind of like how you loved that parent. I mean, that you're taught unconditional love, you're taught forgiveness, but being that you're not going to be with this person, you have to integrate the spiritual lesson so that you can actually see yourself differently, so that you can embody a whole new consciousness. And when you embody a whole new consciousness, you get to, you know, um, attract whole new experiences into your life, ones that are going to resonate with who you are today, not the wounds of your past. And clearly, you don't want to attract any person that makes you feel as if you're not worthy. Again, they don't have to verbally say it, but the way that this person showed it, it's like they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. How shitty is that? Like to treat you like, oh, I'm just going to keep you on the side here. For me, you don't get to do anything, but I'm going to do something. Again, how selfish is that? And but Spirit says, so again, this was situation happened so that you can alchemize the energy. Again, use the power to turn adversity into opportunity. And that's what I said. And so because you're walking into brighter horizons. Use your passion to fight for what you believe in. Stand your ground, is what Spirit's saying. That's what you have to do. It's like when you focus all your energy on the things that you love and your passions, it doesn't matter who and what doesn't like, what you're doing or who you're becoming. It's not up to them. You don't have to apologize. It's about standing your ground and being true to yourself because at a young age, if you were traumatized and neglected and treated bad, Well, then you were taught that love was transactionary, and love is not transactionary. It just is unconditional, and you have unconditional love for this person, but you're not going to entertain it because they're not healthy, and vice versa. It's like you can have people that you love. Like when I say vice versa, it's like this person wants to be with you. However, I feel like it's the parents, your parents, like whatever the parent was that acted the same way that this person acted to you, you have love for. It's not that you don't have love for them, but it's not healthy to have them in your life. And maybe you kept them in your life and you experience that pain over and over and over again. And that's why you attracted this person into your life, where really we have to get to a place where we understand that you can love someone, but they're just not healthy and they're not gonna like it. So it's again, use your passion for what you believe in and stand your ground and use your voice, set boundaries, and take bold actions where you're still growing yourself. And it's pushing you out of your comfort zone because eventually that person will see that they're not really a good fit for you for them anyway because they want someone that's gonna you know be in a one-sided connection, and that's just not who you are, and they're gonna see that eventually, which is they're not going to be able to fantasize as if you would actually live that life. Like I think that this person lived in a fog, believing again they had clouded vision from all the drugs and everything else that they did. And Spirit says this is about you loving yourself. It's again into utilizing the time just for you, growing yourself, finding yourself, having a love affair with yourself. It's again so that you can honor really who you truly are and really like acknowledge everything that you've overcome, that you went through a lot of trauma and that you're a very strong person. So embody that. And also this situation should have helped you release limiting beliefs that no longer serve you, of feeling like not worthy, not good enough, which would happen if you had those inner child wounds where you were neglected. And then again, spirit brings this person into your life that is neglecting you as a one-sided connection, so unfair. And this was all about you choosing yourself, loving you, and being like, well, I can love you, but you're just not healthy. And that's why this person will always think about you because, again, it's such a strong connection and they had an opportunity, but you know, not everybody wants to heal. And so you leave off with one more, which is joy. Spirit says, like a child, discover joy in the simplicities of life. Happiness lies in the magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joys is a great source of light. So Spirit's saying right now, this is about you loving yourself and finding the joys, not just within the big accomplishments, but within everyday life. You don't live a hell. This person, that really doesn't want to heal. Yeah, it kind of is a bummer if you really love someone that they're, again, not going to get it together. But at the end of the day, you know, you would be so much more unhappy to be with this person because we see how they handle things. So it's about finding the joy within your own life, fill your own cup all the way up so that a person that's on such a low vibration, they can't even, they wouldn't even be able to come into your perimeter because your cup is so overflowing and that this person like doesn't have anything barely in their cup. And that's why they get their supply from other people. It's like they just have this unique connection with you. They don't know what to do with it, but they're selfish. So they're like, I'll keep that too. And that's not fair. All right, I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.